Hiya, welcome to my cards for the week. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and my work at my website, which is in the description below, and also on this YouTube channel where you can just have a little browse around. Loads of free content. Okay, I have my Lessons in Awakening, which is a series about understanding that you are an energy being and that we live in an energy universe, and it gives you lots of help and guidance on mastering your emotions and your thoughts, and raising your frequency and expanding your level of consciousness. So check out all of those. Cover things like understanding triggers and the importance of loving yourself, the power of words, the path to forgiveness, and all sorts of other things, breathing techniques and stuff like that. So have a little browse around. I've also got a section now called self-healing techniques and my services, and all the self-healing techniques that I offer in my workshops are now free here on YouTube in video form. So have a look at those and see which ones resonate with you. There's also interviews and chats. I've also got 3 in Spanish. And also about my sway testing. It's a very popular video. Learning to sway test, it's life-changing. Check it out if it's something new to you. So let's have a look at what the cards have in store for us today. It's Sunday, the 10th of October, 2021. And I don't know about you, but I feel like something has really lifted. I feel something has really lifted. So let's have a look what the cards have to say for us this coming week. And they just jumped out. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out. Anything else? Any guidance? Thank you. Thank you. Any other heads up for us this week? Anything else we need to know? Thank you. Wow, not too many. Otherwise I'd be here all day. Okay. That looks like it. Okay, let's dive straight in. Okay. I'm just going to turn them all over and see what, wow. Yes. Very progressive. Right. Okay, brilliant. What I love about this is, yeah, there's a progression going on here. We're starting off with the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is typically deceitfulness and people that you cannot trust. Now, 2 things I want to say about that. One is if you are finding people on the outside of you that you cannot trust, there's a high chance that they are reflecting back to you your lack of self-trust. Okay, so if you don't trust yourself 100%, that lack of trust is going to be reflected back to you in your holographic image that you're calling life, okay, as people or situations that you cannot trust. So keep that in mind. If that is the case, I want you to check out, and it's a recently done video on, this is your homework. This is cards for the week with homework. And if that resonated what I just said, then the homework is change your beliefs, change your life. It's a video I did recently on how to install positive beliefs. And actually the one I use in the video is I trust myself. It is powerful. It's up there with I love and accept myself. So check out that video. I'll put it in the end screen, a link to it in the description. Because if you have got people that you can't trust around you, where can you not trust yourself? We need to come back to the basics of quantum manifestation, or just quantum realities, which is there is only you. And everything outside of you is a reflection of your frequency, of something within you. Now, it might be something small within you, okay? You might not be able to trust yourself a little tiny bit. You might be trusting yourself like 99%. So you're just lacking that trust a little bit. But that little bit is going to be reflected back to you in someone that you can't trust outside of you, okay? Now, obviously, on a collective level, there's a lot of wrongdoing, shall we say, manipulation, control, coercion. There's all sorts of things that we cannot trust, all sorts of lies going on. And it depends how much they're affecting you. If that manipulation, control, and lies going on in the collective, if they are triggering you and really having an impact on you, then I really suggest you go and do the I trust myself. Okay, now we can observe the lies and manipulation going on and the deceitfulness going on. But if it's not bothering you, you've observed it, you've acknowledged it, okay, you've seen it for what it is, okay, and you're stepping into your power and not allowing it to affect you, you're not triggered by it. You might be concerned and want to do something about it, but it's not triggering you, it's not affecting your life in any great way, then the chances are you do already trust yourself, okay? So this is an interesting one because the card that's come up after it is the Eight of Swords. Now she is typically, in my interpretation, is bound and limited by her own limiting beliefs. Now, coming back to this, if you have limiting beliefs about how good you are, what you can do, what you can't do, if you have beliefs around you're not good enough, you don't deserve love, life is hard, the universe is a dangerous place, any of these contracted, negative, limiting and lack-orientated beliefs, then you are actually deceiving yourself. Because the universe is a safe place if you choose to believe it. And you definitely are good enough, okay? And you are deserving of love, to receive it and to give it. And you are worthy, okay? And you are worthy of your own trust in yourself and love for yourself. And if you don't feel those things, then it's you that's deceiving yourself. Can you see that? So that's why she's come up on the heels of this one, because she's very limited. Look, she's actually creating her own restrictions. So any restrictions in the collective that are affecting you, where are you restricting yourself? Where are you holding yourself back because you think you can't do something? Or you think you can't be a certain way? The outside is a reflection of you. So you know what they say, if you want to change something on the outside of you, you have to first change it within you. That is what the whole purpose of the Great Awakening is all about. Seeing all, I want to say all the shit, sorry, but seeing all the shit on the outside, okay, and realizing that that actually is residue within us. Where are we not being true to ourselves? Where are we lying to ourselves? Where are we telling ourselves that we're not good enough, we can't do something? You are a divine being of love, okay? And anything that's stopping you from feeling that and being that and believing that, that is you restricting yourself with these limiting beliefs. And they're coming between you and your goals in life, because the castle in the background represents goals in life. Could be financial goals in life, but she's blindfolded because she just can't see. I'm going to repeat this again, but it's really important. And I didn't get it, and for a long time, my mentor was saying it to me every day for I don't know how long. Okay, there is only you. Everything outside of you, everything that you are perceiving to be outside of you is a reflection of you, the frequency that you are. We don't attract in life what we want, we attract what we are. That's why when we want to manifest something, we have to create the frequency of already having it within us. Your frequency is everything. It really is. Because that's the frequency that's being reflected back to you. When you love yourself completely and wholeheartedly, that frequency is going to get reflected back to you, and you're going to find loving situations, loving scenarios, loving people, okay? Just so much love around you. When you trust yourself 100%, okay? Look at your life and you realize that it's always been okay. You've always been okay. There's some higher power, pushing you along, directing you, looking after you. It's your higher self. You are everything. It's your higher self. But we tend to separate ourselves from our own higher self. Now is the time to actually realize, where is your intuition coming from? Where is your inspiration coming from? Okay, it's your higher self. So I'm inviting you to consider yourself as being your higher self, and refer to your human as being your third dimensional spokesperson for your higher self, for your divinity. Our humans, our physical expression of our divinity, but we are the divine. We are the higher source, the higher self, the higher energy, the higher frequency. So have a conversation with your human. Okay, you're not your human, you're your higher self. Now have a relationship with your human. So your human has limiting beliefs, your human has more density, your human is more prone to lower frequency emotions. Your human is more prone to not trusting themselves, herself, himself, not believing in themselves. That's your human, because your higher self knows everything and knows you're divine and knows your path and knows that, you know, following your inspiration is the way to go. So talk to your human, you know, in a loving and compassionate way, not beating herself up and restricting her like she's doing. Okay, so I really do want to suggest that video that I mentioned, Change Your Beliefs, Change Your Life, because I think it's going to be relevant. And here's your next card, which is the Two of Cups. It's very healing. There are soulmates around you. Now, what's been happening in the last 18 months is a lot of people that are seeing all the bigger picture about what's going on. We've been connecting online, making lots of online friendships, finding our tribe online. Now is the time to find them in your local community. Because it's great being online, we don't feel alone, we've got people that understand us, but we actually need to come back to grassroots. That's what we're being asked to do, to come back to grassroots, and all the systems that are crumbling and that are not serving us, okay, that have been built on ill intentions, I want to say, we're going to replace all of them. But first, we have to come back to grassroots. Now, there are soul people around. These are soulmates, okay? It could be a lover, but there is a lover's card in the deck. So this doesn't necessarily, you know, mean a lover. It could be just another soul, a star seed, somebody else that's awake, part of your tribe, somebody that understands you. And they're also here to help you on your path. At a soul level, you've chosen to incarnate at the same time to serve each other on this healing, because this is the healing sign. And the cups is your emotional, spiritual, creative, and intuitive suit of tarot. So this is a beautiful relationship. This is a friendship that's going to help you grow and help you learn to trust yourself and help you learn to love yourself and to help you express your divinity and to help you realize that you can do stuff. Maybe you've got to change jobs. Maybe you've got to move mountains, but we can move mountains because it's all up here in our beliefs. Okay, the biggest system that we need to bring down is our belief system that we can't do what we want, and our belief system that we're not good enough and that we lack self-love. That is the belief system. This programmed belief system, that's the one that has to go. And then follow your divine inspiration. And you've got people here to help you. Now, what I want to say is people are all waking up at different levels in different places. And it can be really surprising where you can meet awakened people. I was just walking along the beach the other day and got into a conversation with somebody. And wow, I was like, wow, you're awake. And it was just like amazing. And I just didn't expect it. So we've got to come back down to community level and find the people that are on our wavelength in our immediate area, okay? We don't have to be exactly the same. We just need to have the same positive divine intentions, okay? We can do it different ways, okay? We don't all have to, we're not going to all be the same. That'd be really boring. We're all very unique in our oneness, if that makes sense. When I do the soul profiles, I always find that we're all the same energy because we all come from source, but then how many different degrees of each energy we have gives us our uniqueness. If you're interested in having your soul profile read, then have a look at the link below. So there are people around you that are there to help you. And this card is coming out to remind us that there's actually more people than we realize, because people have been waking up all around us. We've woken up in the last couple of years, so other people have as well, and maybe to different degrees. Maybe they've woken up to different things than you have, but they're there to help you, right? The intentions are divine, you know, based on love, not fear. So keep an open heart, and you'll find them, and you'll find them. An open heart and an open mind, and you'll find them. So this is the Chariot is a major arcanic card. It's about rising above the division. It's a healing card. It's about overcoming emotions. But this fear of division, you know, being separate and then feeling different from people and not belonging. And then there's a judgment going on, isn't there? This is about finding that love and harmony and that compassion by rising above all the division. Okay, so forget about whether, you know, these people might not agree with everything that you say, but they do agree that we want to, you know, have an organic fruit and vegetable market in the community, or that we need to look at doing things differently, how we deal with education, for example, or how we deal with mental health, or how we deal with finances. And, you know, there's a better way. Maybe there's, you know, bartering and things like that. So we don't have to believe and understand and be completely on the same page as everybody, but our intentions for a better world will be the same, okay? And we're going to rise above these divisions, because these divisions, you know, that we've been programmed, you know, that have been kind of almost like inflicted upon us, you know, the masculine and feminine, or the gay and the straight, or the, you know, all the other divisions. I'm not going to go through all of them, but, you know, all these divisions, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That what matters is, do you want the highest good for humanity? That's the only one that matters. And if they want the highest good for humanity, fine. Get together with them and rise above that division. That's how I view this card. It's typically a healing card. It's typically about overcoming emotions, which are also really relevant. But when you just realize that there is only you and everybody is a reflection of you, it really doesn't matter. A lot of stuff doesn't matter. This idea about what other people will think of you, when you realize and you understand that there is only you, the whole concept of caring what other people think of you is irrelevant, because their beliefs and their thoughts and opinions of you is a reflection of your beliefs, your thoughts and opinions of yourself. So there's only you that can change that. So there's nothing to worry about with people, what they think of you. Jesus, that makes sense. It really helps when you understand there is only you. You know, because when you're in that density of the matrix, or your density of the third dimension, and somebody's, you know, has a negative opinion of you, you know, you can get really sucked into that and start really caring and like wanting to do something about it. Just take a breath. Realize that your higher self is in the fifth dimension. Just realize it. Just inhale yourself out of the matrix. Inhale yourself out of the matrix. I quite like that. I haven't said that before, but it works for me. Inhale yourself out of the matrix. Just have a look and go, oh my God, it doesn't matter, because on some level they're reflecting a part of me. So let's just give that part of me some more love. I love and accept myself completely. And then you don't care what they think of you, right? Does that make sense? That's what he's about. He's a major arcanic card. It's a high level of consciousness, okay? When you can do all of this, okay, there's a real process going on here, okay, and some homework, don't forget. We've got the Page of Cups, because this, when you start trusting yourself, loving yourself, okay, realizing that you can, realizing that there is only you, realizing that your reality that you are creating is a reflection of your own beliefs. So if you change those beliefs, you're going to change your reality, okay? And there are people around to help, and you might not know it. I've got a feeling, I'm really feeling like these are people you're going to meet this week, or they're people that you might already know, but you didn't realize that they were awake, like that awake, or you didn't realize that they were on the same page as you. I shouldn't keep saying awake, should I? But you didn't realize that they were on the same page as you as far as what it is that you want to manifest for humanity, if that makes sense. So there is this bit about rising above all the division, loving everybody, loving what is, regardless of whether they think like you or not, because that's irrelevant. When you do all of that, there's this beautiful new channel coming for you. There's a little bit of travel going on. It could just be local travel. It could be further afield, but it's a heart-based direction, a new heart-based direction. The fish is wisdom. So that's because you've now allowed, you are your higher self talking to your human, remember? When you do that on a regular basis, you open yourself up to greater wisdom coming from the universe, your higher self. You open up the doors, okay, for greater divine guidance. When you acknowledge that you are your higher self and you love your human like the beautiful human that you are, okay, like a child, okay? Love your human like you would love a child, you know? Now, this is a very intuitive direction. It's creative and spiritual, and it's a new opportunity or an offer to express yourself in a new direction. Doesn't have to be work. Remember that work and play, this is a human matrix division, work and play. When you are your higher self, there is no work and play. Okay, let's just play and play. Let's just create and play. You know, everything changes. So this is a new channel. So it could be one that brings you financial rewards, but it will definitely bring you rewards. It will raise your frequency, and your future lies in your frequency. So there will definitely be rewards, but whether they're financial or not, I don't know. But there are opportunities this week, possibly with these people, opportunities this week to do something differently, to do something for humanity, to do something creative, something new, something different, something that needs to be done, a different way of doing things. We have created a lot of the problems around us by being lazy and wanting convenience, you know, maybe using supermarkets because they're more convenient, even though they're not so ethical. So this is about coming back to our sovereignty and our ethics, okay, and not selling our soul. And we're going to have an opportunity this week. We're going to have an opportunity this week, or there's an offer whereby we can do something. It might be more cumbersome. It might take us longer. It might be, you know, it's a new way of doing things, but our heart is going to be happy because it's coming from the heart, and it's going to be something we can do for humanity, something to improve humanity, something to raise the frequency of ourselves and the rest of humanity. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The last card is the Judgment card. This is the Life Purpose card. It came up last week. Life purpose, spiritual awakenings, waking up the dead. Okay, so this is beautiful. This is actually really beautiful. It's a beautiful week, and we have got the opportunity to do things differently, and it's going to take us longer. For example, just a small, silly example, but for example, when you're recycling rubbish, you know, I remember 30 years ago being in Switzerland, and they had all the separate bags and fines if you didn't put things in the right place. I mean, I haven't been back there for years, but I bet they are completely automated now with their recycling. Here in Spain, it's still new to the system to actually separate recycling stuff. So we're still at the stage here in Spain where it's a big effort for us to actually separate our rubbish, and we have to make more of an effort to go and dispose of it in the right places. But that's what I'm saying. You know, we've got to do, that's just one silly example, but I mean, it's a good example. Take the time, if you know you're doing it right, if you're helping the environment, if you're helping humanity in some way, however big, however small, it doesn't matter. But we're going to have opportunities to do things. And there's a little bit of travel because we have to travel a little bit further to do things like that sometimes. But just something, an opportunity to just do things right, do things differently. Don't be lazy. Don't sell your soul. Okay, follow your heart, even if it takes you a bit longer, because there's going to be other people helping you. And it's by doing these things that's going to get the ball rolling, the energy rolling, whereby the systems can actually, you know, from the ground up, systems will then be put into place because the people have demanded it. The people have created it by starting to do it themselves, if you see what I mean. And that's the purpose. This is Life Purpose card. It's Archangel Gabriel with a message to say, you have a role to play here in humanity. You have a role to play. You're a starseed. You came here to experience and express yourself, to experience and express your divinity through your beautiful human vehicle, okay? And you came here to raise the frequency level of humanity. And you especially came at this time because of the Great Awakening. the great awakening. Okay, so we wake up, and then by doing what we love and what raises our frequency, we wake up others. But we don't do it by force and push and resistance and lowering ourselves and negative emotions and name calling and stuff like that. We do it from a place of divine love and compassion and understanding. And it really helps when you understand that there is only you. Come back to that all the time. When you hit a brick wall in the third dimensional matrix, I want to say, and you're like reacting, or you've got some issue going on that's lowering your frequency, that's lowering your emotions, that's triggering your low frequency emotions within you. Just stop and remember, take a breath, inhale yourself up to the higher realms, and realize that there is only you. So it's okay, you can walk away from stuff and just know, okay, whatever they've triggered within me, that's within me. More homework, understanding triggers. Okay, so your homework for this week is the Change Your Beliefs, Change Your Life video, and I'll put it all in below and at the end screen, and the Understanding Triggers video as well. And your other homework is to love yourself a little bit more. Go and find these people, have a chat, see what pages you are on, where you are on the same page, what pages you share, and then what can you do this week? What opportunities are coming in for you to do something differently for humanity? Seems really clear to me. So focus on serving humanity. Focus on serving humanity, because that's what you came here to do. So, lots of love to you all. I hope that helped. Please subscribe to the channel, please share, please like, and all those YouTubey things. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.